Hi, this is Dr. Bob Flower, and this is the Master Pattern Report for Thursday, June 25th. Been out with under the weatherness for the past couple of days. Plus, we're still working on our Master Pattern computer programs. We're still down, but we're making progress. Okay, so let's see what's been going on for the past week or so. Silver has been breaking down as we projected. I think it got as low as $13.50. It's bounced back up a little bit, and gold as well. Oil, it seems to be trading in that range, $68 to $72, and we think that it's a consolidating position. The dollar is starting to weaken again, as we had told you it would last week. And our STP stock hit $20 this week, folks. It's up from $5.50 3.5 months ago. That's not too bad. Okay, so what do we see going on for this coming week? Well, we believe that the market will turn around. It's been declining here, but we think that right now, this coming week here, we think that there should be a stabilization and an upward trend again very soon. Silver and gold will continue down. It'll bounce. They'll bounce a little bit, but they'll continue down, and at least for the rest of this month and into July. And interest rates will back and fill, and they're inching up, as you know. We believe that they will continue to inch up. There's a whole bunch of Treasury auctions coming up, which will tell us which way we're going as the air is slowly starting to clear. The fog is starting to lift here as to whether we're going to go into deflation or inflation or both. And that's coming. Okay. Today, on our political economic area, I want to talk to you about this healthcare revision and why I don't think the path that the government is on is good, and that there are reasonable alternatives. First off, as the system is now, there are doctors dropping out of Medicare like crazy, and they just won't deal with it. So what makes anybody think that with a universal healthcare system it's going to be any better? There are still many issues with government healthcare, even when it is fiscally sound. There are many issues that people in the real world don't want to be bothered with, such as like the bureaucracy and the paperwork and waiting for funds, all right, and having to constantly fight for the amounts that they're billing. So that's a big issue. That's a big issue, and nobody's listening to the doctors about that. Secondly, is low-cost government policies will definitely chase away private insurance policies. Okay, it'll knock a lot of the companies out of business, and therefore make a lot of private insurance policies more restrictive, more expensive. Okay. Now, until and that what'll happen there is that the government policies will be much cheaper. All right. Until you have so many private people out that the service starts to get bad again, and that will happen because they will not be able to properly fund the rising cost in the health insurance. I mean, it's plain economics. If you have to work harder, put in more time, have more responsibility, you're going to charge more money. And that's exactly what's going to happen with these health clinics, with doctors, with hospitals. They are not going to go down in price. They're going to go up in price. Okay? And then what will happen then is we'll have a very small private sector and a very huge government sector, which is breaking down again the way it is now, and that will lead us to a great deal more cost. And then we'll have a system that's more burdened than what it is currently, and we'll be talking about revising healthcare once again in 10-year time. And once the government gets into a position where they are firmly in control, the game plan is very simple. This is what they did in other socialist countries in Europe. They knocked the prices down on healthcare, doctors, dentists, whatever, hospitals, which would cause bad service and more concern with public service, right? Bad coverage and a lot of waste. Okay. But then what will happen is what is happening in England right now, for instance. In England, this is exactly what happened, as in other countries, and there and in Sweden. They will then, people will then see that in order to have very good health insurance, they're going to have to leave the government system and go to the private system. And you're not going to be able to do that effectively, especially if you're a senior. If you're a senior, you can't do that. You can't leave the government system. You can't take your Medicare, Medicaid money and buy a private policy. It has to be a secondary policy. Okay? So then the government system starts to break down because more and more people realize that the value and good quality insurance coverage will be in the private sector. All right? So it becomes this catch as catch can, not very good. Now, for those of you who are in business or working for a company and don't have health insurance and are interested in getting health insurance, I suggest that you contact us. We do have a program that we could recommend to be put in place. Has to be designed, okay? That needs to be designed, but we can do that, help you along with that. Contact us. You have our website here. And also my email is drrjf@yahoo.com. And I'd love to hear from you, and I'm certain that we can put together something to help you. Hopefully we'll see you Monday. Wish you have a good weekend.